Welcome to the Positive Pants Podcast. Mindset, motivation, and inspiration to help you find your positive pants. Let go of negative thinking and stop living for the weekend. With your host, Fran Excel.
So welcome to the show. As always, it's Fran Excel Mindset Coach, helping you find your very own pair of positive pants so you can get out of your own way and live a life that you love. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very grateful you've chosen to put me in your earbuds today. Please do hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything, and do leave me a review. I love reading them, and it really helps me get found by other people who need to hear what I share. I'd also love you to email me your mindset and productivity questions or topics you'd love me to cover to hello@franexcel.com, because I know a lot of you think I'm inside your heads because you tell me all the time. But if I don't know what you need, I can't give it to you. So let me know. Today, I would like to talk to you about how to have more courage. So, would you like to have more courage? Or do you feel like you have it in droves already? What could you achieve if you did have more? You know, what would you do that you don't currently? I was talking with my high performance coach recently where the subject of courage came up, and it really got me thinking. It's something I definitely have now, but it 100% didn't used to be that way. I was a quiet, scared little mouse. Believe me or not. I honestly would run the opposite direction of anything new or anything scary. I really wouldn't put myself out there for rejection or judgment of any kind. You know, if fear came up, it would literally stop me in my tracks. And that would be that for whatever dream it was that I was trying to achieve at the time. You know, I just wouldn't even try. You know, it was even worse if I actually did try and had a knockback. Nothing could get me back on that horse once I'd fallen off it. Resilience, if you cannot tell, was not one of my strong points. So you can see, hopefully, how that pattern of behavior didn't get me very far. And especially knowing what I know now. Like, fear is a prerequisite to success. Falling off the horse is a prerequisite to success, not the opposite of it. Yeah? You know, knowing that these thoughts, feelings, and behaviors will have protected us at some point, and that's exactly what the brain is trying to do, protect us. It doesn't distinguish between what's good and what's bad for us, helpful or not helpful. It just thinks in terms of safety and what's worked in the past and staying away from anything uncertain. Yeah, and the best way through that is courage. You know, I talked about self-discipline as well. Combine the two, oh my goodness. So understanding a little bit about the brain is super helpful in creating that courage, but that really is the trick. Yeah, confidence and courage comes from doing. It comes from retraining your brain that it's all good, that you're safe. Cognitive neuroscience proves time and time again that courage is something that can be learned and strengthened, and along with all the other lovely jubbly behaviors and traits that you want to have, you know, whether you currently have them or not. So positivity, resilience, courage, tenacity, whatever you want more of to get you where you want to be. Yeah. As with all of these behaviors, we want as business owners, or when we're trying to do something great or new, the evidence tells us time and time again that we can learn and strengthen these traits. Yeah. This is amazing news. And why I'm always saying who you are today doesn't have to be who you are tomorrow. You get to choose, and you can't unlearn that fact. Yeah, once you know that it's a possibility, the only person getting in your way is yourself. So you need to question if you actually want what you're going after enough. Yeah, I'm also always saying that once I made the decision, the choice, when I sat day drinking, staring at the antidepressants I'd just been given, that enough was enough. And I didn't want to be that negative, self-defeatist person with absolutely zero self-esteem. I didn't want to be that person who constantly found excuses, played the victim, and allowed external circumstances to dictate her life. Yeah, that decision was a pivotal moment in my life, and everything has changed for the better because of it. Yeah, you're prepared to go through the discomfort and the effort of the change itself when staying where you're at is worse. It was the courage to look at myself in the mirror and know I could be better. To have the courage to say, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm absolutely going to find a way. To have the courage to look at my life, my thoughts, my behaviors, my own excuses, and realize my own responsibility in getting there in the first place, and to realize that I was the one with the power to get myself out of it. And trust me, it took some serious courage to pick apart my own life and personality piece by piece and put it back together in a way that I wanted it to be who I'm actually meant to be, based on my own values and what was important and how I wanted to show up for other people. You know, I always try, it's a thing that I say to myself, I always try to leave people feeling just a little bit better than when I met them in some small way. Even if that's like speaking to someone on the phone at a call center or in the supermarket, whoever it is, I just live by this now, where I always try to leave people feeling that little bit better than when I met them, even if it's in a tiny way. Yeah. So you can see how that can change how you behave towards people, because that's always at the forefront of my mind. And I genuinely was the opposite before. I was a fun vampire, and it was hard and confronting to look at that and look at how my friends probably felt about me, you know, seeing how drained they got around me. It took some serious courage to change it. You know, but having courage or being courageous or brave isn't about not feeling afraid ever. It's about carrying on regardless. So what does courage mean to you? So it means something different to each of us. You know, we all have different maps of the world. So I can only really tell you what it means to me. But I do encourage you to grab your journal and ask yourself this question as an exercise. So what does courage mean to you? So for me, it's always taking action in spite of fear. It's taking action in the unknown, being okay with taking a risk, being brave and strong even when you feel like you could easily fall apart. It's to do something where even though something could possibly go wrong, you do it anyway. It's knowing it will work out in the end exactly as it's supposed to. And knowing it may be a bumpy ride, but the payoff and the lessons along the way will be absolutely worth it. You know, it's doing things that may not be ideal or may be tough for the greater outcome. It's carrying on in spite of fear, pain, doubt, and uncertainty. And it's learning to manage that and actually take control of it. So it's continuing to take action when it would be far easier to quit. So what is it to you? When you understand what it is for you and that you're in control and that you can learn it and strengthen it over time, what could you do today, right now, to just take that first step towards it? What have you not been doing because you felt you didn't have the courage to? Isn't it like seriously incredibly empowering to know that every time it will get better and better and easier and easier? Yeah, and to know that it's absolutely completely normal and you're just working from your own current map of the world and unconscious programming and the way your brain works against you and for you and putting all of that together, and that it can change the minute you choose for it to. Amazing, right? Now, I have a small group of very special ladies, and we are talking about challenging ourselves to do something once a month that terrifies us. So it could be something we've been holding ourselves back from, confronting a physical fear like jumping out of a plane, or for me, it's like go ape. I've got a terrible fear of falling. So doing something like that, I know that when I can push myself through that pain of doing it, that on the other side is so much better. Obviously, if I was jumping out of a plane, there would be a parachute, of course. But you see what I'm saying? So fear is there to protect us. And without it, we could become reckless in various ways. It can put us in danger in various ways. However, when it's acting in spite of fear to create the life that you want, then courage is something you'll want to find. It really doesn't have to be something big. Just that first step. Picking up the phone and calling someone you lost touch with, or saying sorry for something, doing your first Facebook Live, reaching out to a potential client, all of these things. It really doesn't matter what it is. or in which area of your life it is. Because if you strengthen that courage muscle in one area of your life, it strengthens it in another. Yeah, you create the same neural pathway. It doesn't matter which area of your life it's in. So what small step are you going to take today?
So if you got value from this and you know in your gut that now is the time to step up and start rewiring your thinking and changing things for yourself, then book in a free discovery call so we can work out what needs to happen to get you from where you're at right now to the action-taking success you know you can be. And if you want my eyes and ears on your problems, I work with people one-on-one and through my Proactive Pants Mastermind. So stop waiting for if and when and decide to change things now, because you can. And as always, I hope that was helpful. So any questions, just let me know. And as always, I will see you next week. Bye.